Hi, Marcus here, and these past few days have been kind of busy for me because I've been helping my dad with some yard work on a couple of days, and I also had a bit of a first aid course yesterday, which took up most of my time, so I didn't get any writing done. However, I do feel with the little writing I've done, I've at least made some progress, and today was actually pretty good because I kind of felt that I've sort of seen the structure I want from this current project. Now, because I didn't explain it well in my last video, I've decided to focus my attention on a sort of revamping of the previous project, which is going to focus on the colonization of the moon of Titan by a group of fully cybernetic humans, because let's face it, colonizing Titan is going to be one hell of a problem. And I'll link to a video by Isaac Arthur that sort of explains it a bit more, because I feel that that also kind of inspired the story. But anyway, I decided that because there's multiple characters, it's going to focus more on the internal conflict. And that's mainly due to the fact that I did a bit more research into the story grid, and I was a bit confused about the definitions of an arch plot and a mini plot, but basically, an arch plot is the hero's journey, like the hero rises up, falls, and defeats a bad guy and stuff like that. Whereas a mini plot is more focused on the internal struggle, because the characters are more passive, but they each have their own problems that they need to solve in the story, and the story is the focus of that. And by taking that into consideration, I've sort of seen how the colonization of Titan would affect these characters. Because most of the primary characters, as I've mentioned, are fully cybernetic, but one, as well as a select handful of other characters, are also organic. And I say organic because it's just the first word that came to mind when I came to describing them, but yeah, it sort of does play into a role, because that's a pretty interesting thing to look at when most of the characters you can conceivably say may not even be human, even if they still have human brains. I'll explain a bit more later, but these characters are still mostly human, because there's still some augmentation. And I think I'm starting to confuse people, but basically there's sort of a conflict between the purely biological human and the mechanical augmented human. And I'll probably have to flesh it out a bit more, but that's basically it. And I'm pretty sure it's still too confusing. I'm just not that good at explaining things. But anyway, I sort of had this idea for doing 5 characters, and each focuses on a different aspect of the colonization program, such as a leader, a surveyor, a miner, and they each come from different planets in the solar system, so it sort of shows a different cultural background, and there needs to be some development there. But basically, the idea I had for a previous colonization story, I've just basically revamped the world, set it a bit further into the future, and yeah, that's basically it. And now, I don't have an idea of the overall plot at the moment, and I'm still working on a few things, but on the whole, I still feel I'm making some progress, and that's honestly pretty good for me. And I honestly can't think of anything else to say in this video, so I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Also, I might need to take down the post-it notes again, as I'm not sure if I'm going to be working on that story anymore.